That's a girl problem. That's a pelvic floor problem. You need to teach them how to do some Kegels over here. Oh, that's cool. But Kim Kardashian on yesterday's episode didn't like her present she got. So we might die before GTA 6 comes out. That's funny.
Before what comes out?
GTA 6.
What's that?
Grand Theft Auto, the game.
Oh. Do you still play that?
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife. Man, that makes me really ashamed to have you be my wife. Just kidding.
Jesus.
There's a lot of things important to me, okay? Obviously, it's your qualities, your personality, and do you watch Jersey Shore? Welcome, everybody.
To Paired Up Podcast.
Paired Up Podcast. Guess what? Who I am? I'm Ben.
Oh, yeah?
You were?
Meg.
And this is
Paired
Up Podcast. Okay, that was a little too much. But really, what episode is this now, Meg?
What is it, 10?
10.
9 or 10?
I think, yeah, something like, we're actually like, this is like a thing now. We've actually like, what do you think now that we're getting close to 10? 10 episodes in, that's 10 weeks.
Yeah.
That's like 2.5 months.
I know.
Of doing this. You think you want to keep doing it?
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
It's like mini couples therapy.
I just like hanging out and talking.
I like hanging out and talking with you too. I love you. So tell me about your week. Go ahead. Give them an update. What happened?
Guys.
Christmas weekend
My
happened.
week. Well, let's start out with Christmas break started out with a trip to the ER.
Oh, I forgot.
How did you forget?
This was all this week.
This
Wow.
all happened this week.
Holy moly. Yeah, Meg's, we go have Mexican food.
Same
for my birthday.
usual spot as like we go once a week.
Happy birthday to me, by the way.
Happy birthday to
I'm old. I'm falling apart. But anyways, we go eat some Mexican food. All of a sudden, Meg says, "Babe, it's kind of hot in here. I'm getting kind of itchy."
I didn't even say that. I just got hot.
And then you had a white whelp on your arm.
We get
a mysterious
home,
whelp.
And I had a white welt. I thought like I got bit by a mosquito in the middle of December, which is weird, I guess. I feel like in Texas.
It is weird.
Didn't think too much of it. And then on my stomach, I had a couple of red dots.
Started breaking out in a couple little hives.
Yeah.
And we didn't think anything of it. Next day, kind of cleared up.
And then I was kind of like more annoyed, and we were traveling. So I was like, let me just go to the urgent care to get a steroid shot.
Yeah, we were going to travel the next day.
Yeah, so it just clears up. Well, lo and behold, I go and get a steroid shot, and then 2 hours later, I'm like,
it gets
quite
worse.
Literally almost dying.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have any pictures to show you guys. I don't think she probably wants you to see pictures. But she was covered.
I would say 85% of my body was covered in
hives.
Yeah.
And she's calling me, and I'm obviously thinking, okay, this is an allergic reaction to something. You know, she ate something bad. And then obviously the number one question in the medical field that you always ask people is you know, how does your throat feel? Airway, breathing.
Yeah.
And it was getting to the point that I think you were probably having a little bit of a panic attack, which rightfully so. I mean your body's covered in hives.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
whatever.
a little bit. And
I don't know. I didn't know if I felt like my throat was constricting, and I was like, okay, maybe we should just go to the ER just in case.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And so, you know, she had already been in urgent care. She already got the stuff that they would have gotten. It was getting worse.
Yeah.
We called back and they were like, you need to go to the ER right now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to chance having her throat close up on us.
Urgent care did say go to the ER if it was getting worse.
Yeah, because if your throat closes up, I didn't have anything. You can't even really do CPR on somebody whose throat's closed up.
What do you do?
You got to get intubated where they like shove a tube down your throat because your airway's closed. So it's like
praise. I'm so glad that didn't happen to me.
Yeah. So luckily for her, it was a skin only reaction. It did not get to her airways or throat or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this mysterious hive disease.
It wasn't a disease.
You're like, I'm not diseased.
No,
It lasted like a whole week.
5 days. So I had hives for 5 days.
So it would go away during the day. And then we would have dinner. And then after dinner at night, no matter what she ate,
it
would get worse.
And then doc said it was either like a viral, which I've never heard of a rash being a viral like situation. I didn't know that was
COVID 4.0.
COVID 4.0.
Watch, it's going to come out. I guarantee you, like, because you got COVID
I
before
got
everybody
COVID
else.
in 2019 before COVID was COVID.
Yeah, 100%. And then tested. Yeah, it was 100% COVID before they even knew what COVID was.
Yeah.
And then now you got this. I'm thinking you might be patient zero
Oh man.
on this new
I don't wish
whatever.
that on anyone.
But to be fair, it wasn't anything harmful. It was just annoying.
I mean, it hurt. Like, you felt like your skin was on fire, like tingling.
Yeah,
it wasn't like pleasant in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And this person wanted to make sure he made his golf round on Saturday. Couldn't give me a day to like recover.
You know, I had a golf match set for the next day. She was perfectly clear. We just got to the ER. She got steroids, epinephrine pins, everything. She was clear as day.
It came back.
We didn't know that.
No,
until the next
he
day.
told us it was going to come back.
Yeah, but
The doc
we
said
had it covered. You know,
No.
we had EpiPens. We had all the medication. You weren't going to miss Christmas with your family. Let's be honest. You weren't going to miss it.
You could have given me a day to like get my bearings on Saturday.
I gave her the option.
We got home from the ER at like 8:30 at night Friday, and he's like, "All right, let's pack up the car. We're gonna leave at 6 a.m. on Saturday."
I'm not gonna lie.
I just got out of the ER.
I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't been to the ER.
It wasn't
as an adult.
It
ever.
wasn't the best look for me.
It wasn't at all.
But
could you imagine if the role was reversed?
I will say that I greatly appreciate you letting me go golf with the boys.
He literally just drove me straight to his parents' house, dumped me, and then went and golfed. And
I
he was
really
just like,
did.
"Mom, take care of my wife."
I really did.
Yeah,
but I
you
knew
did.
she'd be fine. I mean, obviously, I knew it wasn't going to be a big deal.
Just
She had
gotta
her
carry
stuff.
an EpiPen around for the rest of my life now.
No, I don't even think you need that, honestly. I think that was a way overkill. But it's nice to have just in case.
Yeah.
So that was eventful. But that was only one part of the thing. So we had multiple Christmases. Everything went good. I got some golf stuff from my family. We got a new Pebble ice maker.
Got a Pebble ice maker.
Shout out, Mom. Best
Shout
gift ever. Now we got Sonic Ice at the house.
Yep.
You know, most people probably don't even know what Sonic is.
How do you not know what Sonic is?
I think it's only a Midwest thing.
No, it's not.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
really?
Let us know down below. Is Sonic a Midwest thing? I'm pretty sure it's just a Midwest thing. Most people don't have Sonics. Started in Oklahoma.
I mean, I know that. I just kind of whatever. Like any kind of drive-in like soda place has like the pebbled ice.
Yeah. That's true. Pebble Ice.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A has Pebble Ice.
Yeah.
If you ever had ice from Chick-fil-A, that's what Sonic Ice is. But Sonic started it. 100% Sonic
I
started it.
don't know. You sure?
I think so. You should Google it.
Google.
Should we go? Let's see who. This is how you get it right here. Who started Sonic?
You can't say
Ice?
Sonic Ice because you're already like labeling it as Sonic Ice. It has to be like just pebbled ice.
Who invented Sonic Ice? The Scotsman Ice invented the first nugget ice maker in 1981.
Nugget ice maker.
Sonic popularized the shape by plopping this ice into the soft drinks for the first time. People loved it so much that they would purchase bags of the ice from their drive-thru restaurant to take home. So it was Sonic. Sonic started it. Well, so technically it was Scotsman Ice Systems, but Sonic was the very first person that offered it.
Interesting.
That's what I'm talking about, Biggs. So anyways, got some good gifts. What did you get? What was your best gift other than the ice maker? What was your favorite
I love
gift?
all my gifts. I got a new Taylor Swift sweatshirt. You
also got a new Taylor Swift calendar.
And I got a
Two
Taylor
of
Swift.
them.
I got 2 Taylor Swift calendars.
Taylor and I got her the same dang gift. Of all gifts out there, we both get her Taylor Swift because she's a huge Swiftie. We got her both Taylor Swift calendars. They were different calendars too, which is the craziest
I
part.
like them.
The fact that we both randomly decided to buy you Taylor Swift calendars.
Is it really that random though? I mean,
It's pretty dang random.
I guess maybe.
It's pretty dang random.
Yeah, I don't know.
But now she's got 2, so she double checks her dates.
I feel like I had a good Christmas minus the whole hives thing.
Yeah.
Could've done without
Luckily,
that.
after 5 days, the hives went away and they haven't came back.
Yeah.
We thought for a second you were gluten intolerant and it was a gluten rash.
Which, I mean, wouldn't be the end of the world, but the fact that it came out of nowhere.
You were probably like sweating. You're like, dang, no more chips and salsa? That's a rough one. No more tortillas? That's a rough one.
You just got to do corn tortillas.
Ooh, gross. Ooh, corn tortillas are the worst, dude. Flour tortillas all the way. So, and then we came back. We've been chilling. We got to get ready for the podcast next room. So we're moving out of here and we're moving back into the house, redoing a whole entire upstairs as our podcast room.
Yes.
That's a pretty big step.
I know. It might even be adding a 3rd person to this podcast here and there.
Taylor, my sister-in-law?
Sister-in-law.
She wants to be a part of the podcast, okay? She wants her own little segment.
She feels like she could bring an energy.
Talk with Taylor.
Oh, dang, she's got her own
Tay's
segment.
Talk.
Tay's Talk. Talks Tay. Tay's Talk.
Talks with Tay.
Talks with Tay.
So yeah, she's gonna be popping in and out, and I think Grayson might be making an appearance here and there. It should be fun. It's like a family affair. We pretty much are the modern day
Full House.
Full
2.0.
House. 100% we're the modern day Full House.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's fun. So let's go ahead and speaking of Christmas, let's get into our first video.
Okay.
So this was funny because I thought this was totally you, and so we're gonna go ahead.
I feel
and
like you should just put it up here and then I could see it.
You think you can visualize it from there?
What do you mean? No, like watch the video.
No, I don't like doing that.
Oh, okay.
Because then I gotta go through the comments and everything afterwards. Okay. So that's why it's weird. So it basically says me buying what Santa forgot here. So obviously, going out, buying gifts.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's what you do if you don't get what you want on Christmas? Do you go out and buy your own, or are we old enough now that it doesn't even matter?
I kind of just buy before Christmas.
We don't even really do Christmas anymore.
I know. I feel like we should change that though, because sometimes it's nice to have a little gift under the tree.
I agree, but then again, I like my gifts. I like getting them when I want them. I don't want to wait 6 months to get the golf club that I want. We worked hard, babe. We deserve
We're pretty fortunate.
We deserve not having to wait till Christmas.
Oh my gosh. No, we should probably do some sort of Christmas.
I feel like this is very much a not married, not adult thing.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like if you're married and you're adult, you probably don't do this.
You don't shop for yourself?
No. Like, she was like, you don't wait to see what you get on Christmas, and then if you didn't get it, you go buy whatever,
Yeah, no.
I feel like it's like a teenager or a young adult, like a college age kid. She's like, maybe my parents won't give me this, and then they're like, all right, screw it, let's throw it on the credit card.
What if it's like more of like a budget thing?
Could be.
Like, because that's super logical. Like you're waiting.
You're like, let's just see what we get.
If you're a college student, you don't want to pay for your own stuff. So you're like hoping your parents get it for you. And then if they don't get it for you, then maybe you got some Christmas money that you could.
That's true. Even better, I always saved the cash that I got. And then I was like, okay, I got X amount of money now. Now I can go buy what I actually want.
Yeah.
How many times have you actually gotten what you want from Christmas gifts? I guess we're pretty good. Like, was your family like the type that was just straight up like, give me the 3 things you want?
No, I mean, we did not have money.
I know, but like the options, like they would know what you wanted. Versus like some families are like, don't say anything. We're just going to try and surprise you.
Oh no, we were so on a budget. Like they wanted to know what we wanted so they could try and find something, like give us what we wanted within the budget.
Yeah.
Because it's better, like versus like just buying something and hoping they like it.
We were the same way. It was like, tell us kind of what you want, like pick out things.
Yeah.
And then basically my dad would say, nope. Yeah, they would give us like a $1 limit.
Oh, ours was $1 limit.
They would give us like $1 limit, and they'd be like, well, can't get that. Sorry. You and Drew can pool your money together and get a gift together, like an N64 with one game and one extra controller.
We never got big gifts. I guess whenever the Wii came out, my mom, like that was the Santa gift to the family.
Yeah.
So
same thing with us. Like it ended up being the family gift. Yeah. But that was honestly the best presents my parents probably ever bought in their life because it kept Drew and I so occupied.
See, I just don't like games.
Yeah, but like imagine Grayson without an iPad or a Nintendo. Oh. Now you know what my mom is. She's like, hell yeah, give him another N64. Yeah. That's well worth its money. For sure. No, we got a lot of good gifts this week. I just thought that was funny because I was like, Megan's totally the type that she's just like, I didn't get what I want.
I do just go buy what I want. But we're fortunate enough to be able to do that.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to do Shift T, or is it Shift Command T? Yeah, there we go. I didn't see the comments. I'll see what other people have said about this because I like reading the comments because I feel like this is like we get to see how other people think.
Okay.
So it's fun. Somebody said my mom will ask me for a list and then give me random stuff she thought was cute.
Oh, that's annoying.
Isn't that the most annoying?
That would be so annoying.
That would be so literally. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, I'm so grateful for what I got. But some of my list was necessities. Not gonna, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what it's.
You should filter this.
But yeah, it looks like my parents asked for a list and then they don't give me anything on it. So I don't even know what the point of these lists are. That's funny. Treat yourself. I like that. Okay, the next one is last Christmas, and then we're going to give up on Christmas here.
Time for the new year.
Time for the new year. But this one I thought was probably the worst Christmas gift you could get.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
I think you would probably just burn it down before you would actually open this gift.
I would?
Yeah. Here we go.
No.
That literally...
I do not have the time nor the patience for something like that.
That is like... I'm counting
Who
them
would
here.
do that?
That is like...
Who would do that?
That's like 200 bolts you have to unthread.
Who would do that?
A man that apparently...
Well, has a death wish?
Has a death wish. I mean, that gift better have been one heck of a gift. That's funny. Everybody else
What's
in the comments...
worth that?
I don't
Nothing.
know. Literally, everyone in the comments, joke's on you. I'm not opening it.
Yeah,
someone
I was
else
gonna
said,
say, I wouldn't open
I
it.
would have been so unbothered to even know. I would never would have. And someone else said, a guy said, I would never do this to my wife. You want the day to be as relaxing as possible. Christmas is chaotic enough already.
Yeah.
Worst part, the gift is probably just something thoughtless or for the home.
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
You would be so pissed.
Oh, I would.
Oh, that's a good one. Definitely sticking my hand through and ripping the paper first to see if it's worth it.
That's actually smart.
That's like big brain energy right there.
Yeah, that's smart.
If this is marriage, I don't want it. Dude,
That is not married. That is
funny.
someone who does not want to be married.
Can anyone tag the red flag guy? This guy's definitely a red flag. Dang. But the crazy part is he had to thread all those himself.
Who the hell
on
has the
both
time?
sides.
Who has the time?
If you have enough time to thread 500 bolts onto a thing and make the contraption.
You need another job.
They said, nah, double it and give it to the next person. Dang, that's good. You would kill me, I think. What gift? Okay, here we go. What
We
gift?
probably wouldn't be married.
What gift? Okay, I'm going to bring out some gifts.
Oh my gosh.
And you're going to tell me when you would do it, when you wouldn't do it.
Okay.
New iPad.
What do you mean when I wouldn't? What do you mean?
There's a new iPad in there. Would you unscrew it to get the new iPad?
No. I don't think there's anything in there.
New Dior book bag.
No.
Birkin.
Honestly.
You better. It's going to take like an hour, but you get a Birkin. How cheap are you?
No, I mean, cheap. I mean, no one has time for that. I would get like a
Yes,
saw.
you
I would
would.
get a saw and just like saw the wood apart.
Honestly, I think that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you could.
I would just saw it apart.
And saw into your Birkin bag?
No, the Birkin bag's like moved out of the way. Ish.
Honestly, that's a pretty big brain energy. She could definitely move the present to one side and saw down the side.
That's what I would do. No one's got time for that.
No one's got time for that. Excuse me. For a Birkin, though. Crazy. All right. Moving
Also,
on.
too,
Yeah,
if you're
go for it.
gifting me a Birkin and you gift it to me like that.
Honestly, that's a pretty good idea. For something as big as a Birkin,
I'd be so
a
pissed.
$20,000 gift, that's
You're going to
warranted.
put dead bolts around or bolts all around it?
That's
and like
warranted.
ruin it?
To really like make you work for it a little bit.
No. Don't get any ideas, I swear. That
I'm like covered in floss.
That's grounds for like real serious problems between us.
Wow. Well, talking about problems with people, we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. By the way, we haven't cheersed. Cheers, my love.
Cheers.
We're not drinking again. We're doing a little day episode, but we are. We got our little.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. Enough. We got our waters.
We had hot chocolates. We also went and ate before we filmed.
Listen.
We should not have done that.
We had hot chocolates ready, planned. We ended up realizing that we were way too hungry to do this as a couple.
Hangry was on.
We would have been fighting. It would have been.
Ben was like, I don't need your sass.
You are much less sass. I will say, like, girls, you just give them some food and it's like they change into another person. You're so sweet now. You're like a Sour Patch Kid. First you're sour, then you're sweet. But speaking of kids that are sour and they stay sour, it's a new big thing going on right now on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. It's basically all the teachers are speaking out about Gen Alpha kids.
Gen Alpha kids?
Yep. So teachers right now are technically Gen Z, like young teachers, like like Taylor, right?
Taylor's a millennial.
Taylor's technically a millennial, but all these new teachers coming out of school, they're like Gen Z younger teachers, right? Gen Z millennial, whatever you want to call it. Gen Alpha is like Grayson and all those guys. Basically, all the ones that just don't care about anything. You know what?
Does it start over with Alpha because the Z's Z?
You know, that's a good question. I am not smart enough to answer that question.
I just thought about that.
We'll watch a little. It's 6 minutes long, so we're not going to watch all of it. Ooh. But I want you to watch her intro, and then I want you to watch the first little thing about the teachers. This would be great for Taste Talk. She'd be able to come on here and straight up
she would
to say it. But here's the thing, and then we'll get into the
young
stuff,
Gen Z teachers are talking about the poor behavior of Gen Alpha students, and some of y'all are finally starting to believe us when it comes to how much we've missed the mark on raising these kids right. Because I have gray in my hair and I'm 36 years old, people tend to tune me out as soon as I open my mouth when I start talking about these issues we're seeing in the classroom with our kids these days. So before I go on, why don't we review some of the evidence from some of the other creators on this app who might be a little bit more of a relatable age.
This is my folder of crying teachers, and they are confused and frightened by the behavior of Gen Alpha. They're saying Gen Alpha is defiant, aggressive, disrespectful, and rude.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are... I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
I'm a middle school teacher. I'm also 22 years old. And I will tell you, by far, we are doomed. Like, these kids do not care. Like, I have kids, all they want to do all day long.
I believe it. You hear
crazy?
the stories that Taylor comes back with.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, we have a teacher as my sister-in-law, your sister. She lives with us. We see this as every day. Like, do you think this is true, or do you think it's just the next age? Like, we were just as bad and we didn't see it, you know?
If I threw something at like a student, my ass would have got handed to me.
I'm just going to tell you right now, the only difference between us and them is we actually got disciplined. The being disciplined was okay back then.
Yeah.
Like a teacher could bring out a ruler and whip your butt.
Oh no, they couldn't. That didn't happen in my.
Oh really?
No.
Dude, we would go to the office.
You're a small town.
They had an office paddle. They had the paddle, like the principal paddle. Like you would go to the principal's office.
That was not a thing.
And they would whoosh, whoosh.
No, that was not a thing in my school.
We didn't have these issues.
But you were like small town Oklahoma.
We were. And I think that's honestly what, I mean, we've heard the stories, even way worse than that.
Oh yeah.
Like trying to stab people with pencils, punching teachers in the face, throwing things, throwing chairs and whatever. Kids going crazy.
It's not even like the discipline at the school level. It's the discipline at like the home level.
So first off, the people at home, I think they rely so much on technology and stuff like that, like iPads, YouTube, video games, to parent their child for them. That, and it's a crutch, obviously, that a lot of people use. We didn't have that when we grew up.
Yeah.
So that means they had to literally teach us how to be normal, civilized human beings. Like, because if you acted up because you didn't have that, like we got crowns, but if you started acting up,
Yeah.
You know, it was a real quick, like, you better get your stuff together because I'm not going to do anything right now. But when we get home, I'm going to either put you in timeout, bust your butt, make you write sentences, whatever. And like for people to know, my parents didn't like hit me or anything. They didn't like paddle me or spank me or anything like that. I had to write like hundreds and hundreds of sentences for hours in my room. But that being said, like, because they don't have to rely on their kid without technology just surviving, that once they remove that tech and all those little things and those crutches when they're at school and they don't have that to keep them occupied every 5 seconds of the day, then they become these little hooligans. I don't understand.
Like, you're at school, you are being occupied.
They never get told no by their parents. I mean, their parents' situation is like, if they're acting like a little crap, it's not to say you're getting time out, you're not doing it, because they don't want to hear them whine for the next 30 minutes to an hour. They just say, go watch your iPad, I'm done with you.
Oh my gosh, I would.
You know they do that. I know they do that. I see it all the time. And then from there, when they go to school, like I said, you have to sit down. You have to listen to the teacher. And you know, you remember school. It's like, it's a lesson in like keeping your eyes straight on stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think that's me personally what it is on the home level. I think that's the reason why nobody's disciplining is because they don't have to, because they just shove technology in their face. And so they may not even know how bad they really truly are. I think they do. They just don't care. And then also that teachers, principals, all those people have zero right to discipline their kids at all.
Yeah.
Like they're like, if you even tell my kid he's doing something wrong, I'm going to like sue you or get pissed at you or out you on social media.
The parents need to
Parents need to chill out, man. I think we're going to run just the same way we did with like everybody going crazy woke and then coming back a little bit. I think it's gone from like, let the kids do whatever they want to now I think everybody's kind of getting a little bit, okay, this is a little too far.
Yeah.
Let's start whooping some kids.
Start whooping some asses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, if they just did something as simple as what my parents did, which had no physical stuff in it, that was like mental warfare, man. You're in your room for like 2 hours writing 1,000 sentences. I will not talk back. I will not talk back. I will.
Is that how you wrote them?
I would try and sneak them. What was your punishments when you were a kid? Like if you were acting a fool. I know you were a good kid.
I'd say we got like butt whoopings.
Why were you a good kid? Because you got butt whooped once and you were like, I don't want to do that no more.
Honestly, I didn't really get... Or I guess I got grounded.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
I mean, I would say it worked, but Taylor, it didn't work for her. So what's wrong with you? Yo, Taylor, come on in here. Let's talk about it.
She's going to come on the podcast and she's going to be like our little punching bag. And she's gonna...
Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. But yeah, no, I mean, I saw that and I was like, I'm glad that people are finally talking about it. Because everybody's talked about it in like secret. Nobody wants to say it. But like all your kids are little shits these days. It's true, man. We see a ton of kids here. Yeah. And we have some really good kids, but we also have some really crappy kids. And I will say
good and bad everywhere.
It's 100%. I can directly correlate it over to the parents. Yeah. Like I can see how the parent is parenting, and when there's zero parenting, aka the kid's acting a fool and pulling on things and shooting water into there and not listening and
really
doing
happen?
100%. Yeah.
I've never seen that happen here.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course, I stay away from.
Yeah,
patients.
And the parent's response is either don't do that, like when we get home, you're gonna get your butt beat type thing, or it's he's so funny, look at him go, like it's crazy, It's like that's just him being him. I'm like,
I feel like if we were parents, people would think that we're mean.
Oh no, I would not be mean. I would have a really good relationship with my kid.
That we're mean,
but they're
going to
learn
the
respect.
Discipline that you and I have.
Yeah, they're going to be disciplined. They're going to be respectful. They're going to be able to sit through a dinner without throwing fits and going crazy and yelling and needing an iPad at every 5 seconds.
You're putting some big.
You got to start from day one with
there.
that. If you do it from I saw one thing, like I think it was you that we were looking at it with, but they were like, the kid would freak out if the TV was not on. Like it was like a kid, like 1, 2, 3 years old. And they would just scream and throw things and throw food and not eat if the TV was not on while they ate. And then all these professionals came in and was like, the only way to do that is to desensitize the kid. And so you have to just completely shut off all TV for an entire week. Like, because their brains don't cognitively understand what's happening. And so, like, you have to desensitize them from the TV so they don't feel like they're addicted to it or need it.
I believe it.
It's pretty wild when you think about it. Let's see what the comments said. All right, my mom was a teacher for 20 years across 2 states, teaching elementary, middle school, and high school. Gen Alpha was the reason she just quit after 20 years.
Dang.
So that's pretty bad whenever you go that far and then you say, I'm sorry, but why are 22-year-olds teaching schools? I think that's the problem to address first.
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
At 22, you're like
that's
getting
pretty
out.
normal for teachers.
It's a 4-year degree. You start at 18.
Someone said, I started my career at 21 in 2009, 4-year bachelor, 1-year semester student teaching, fully certified, fully qualified. Yeah, I agree. I don't have to listen to you. You're not my mom is the biggest tell that parents aren't clearly doing something wrong. I'd be like, yeah, that's true. I mean, my mom was like,
I feel for teachers. They have like one of the hardest jobs
I think
known
between
to man.
police officers and teachers.
Yeah.
And it all ends up with just dealing with people in general.
I know.
People suck.
People do suck.
People suck.
Man, we're not very positive right now.
I know, but like, it's sorry, but people suck, man. A lot of people. There's a lot of good people, but there's a lot of sucky people.
Yeah.
They're lost for whatever reason. The thing with this is that when you say the word consequences, people immediately think the worst, like hitting, screaming, etc.
That's another thing. Like, why is it always gotta?
You don't
like,
have to beat them.
Why is it always gonna turn into something physical when it's like a consequence, like or a punishment? It doesn't mean it needs to be physical.
It's true, man. My kid is Gen Alpha, and he's frustrated with a lot of his classmates because he says it's hard to concentrate with those students who are a little bit much.
I can see that.
It's crazy, man.
Dang.
I mean, Grayson's kind of like that. Well, someone was like, he's frustrated with his peers, how they're so disrespectful towards teachers and its elders. It's a problem for sure. I could see Grayson being like, guys, we can't do this.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to get in trouble.
He
But
already
we've even
does
seen
that.
like Grayson come back and act a fool a little bit after being around kids at school.
Yeah.
And we're like, where did you learn that? It's like, oh, the kids just don't care.
That's all kids.
Little kids.
All kids.
All little kids are rambunctious. But the thing was, when you were little in first grade, second grade, your teacher was allowed to put you in your place and say, I'm going to come get your parents and bring your parents up here and we're going to talk. But if your parents don't care, I've heard that happening too. Like they bring your parents up there and they're like, you wasted my time for this? Like you just skipped school, dude. It's not that big of a deal. Like chill out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, you're not parenting, I see. But how can we can't really, you know, we're not parents, so we can't give our two pieces, but just saying.
People are going to be like, y'all are idiots. 'Cause we're not parents.
I think most people will agree with us for sure. So here's the next one, because I've been noticing a lot of people posting about this recently, and me and a lot of my friends also have the same issue. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Megan, on this one. So go ahead and you're going to read that. And can you read that from there?
Guys.
So, I think we're doomed. I think there's something out there that we don't know about. I'm just saying. So for the listeners that don't know what's going on, it says, anybody else randomly wake up one day with this weird ass cough that don't go away, but you're not sick at all, just a cough that gets worse throughout the day. And this could not be a truer statement for me, Kevin, Evan, a bunch of my friends.
Y'all are so annoying.
People here in the office, Esme, Carrie, you have the cough. I see you having the cough too.
I don't have a cough.
It's making me cough just thinking about it. It's so true. I think either COVID, the vaccine, something new going around has caused, ever since that happened to me, I got the 2 vaccines. Ever since then, I have had this persistent cough, dry cough. It's been over 2 years now. And every time I eat, it gets worse.
I know. It's annoying.
For like 30 minutes or an hour after I eat.
I know.
You know, I have a really bad cough.
I don't have that problem. I have a cough every once in a while, but I have allergies. Like, my cough is from allergies.
Somebody said, a doctor told me it's the barometric pressure in the air. People have been complaining about ringing in ears also. How would that change?
What?
How would bariatric pressure of the air change?
Like,
This is what I'm
warming?
talking. I feel like it's mucus stuck between my nose and my throat. Nothing happens when I try and cough. It's hard to breathe, and at times people think I'm crazy. That's how I feel, Megs.
go to an ENT.
I did.
Okay.
Someone said, and I wear a pad just in case I tinkle. That's a girl problem. That's a pelvic floor problem. You need to teach them how to do some Kegels over here. Have you ever tinkled while you cough?
No.
It's like a girl thing for sure.
Well, I know it can happen. Like
When
if-
you're older.
after you have a baby.
Yeah, you
too.
lose the tone in your
Yeah,
pelvic floor. Man, being a girl is tough.
It is.
Tell you what. Man, let's see if anybody else has anything to say. Dude, I really do think there's something going on for sure.
I don't know. Mine's
There's a lot of
allergies.
conspiracy theories in
Mine's
today's
allergies.
podcast, just so you know.
Oh
you know
my
I like
gosh.
conspiracy theories because they all come true eventually.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the aliens though. I still freaks me out that the U.S. was like, yeah, we got aliens and alien craft
I mean, why does it freak you out?
because nobody cared.
Yeah, no one did care, which is so weird. You would think everyone would care.
Yeah, no, we do have alien technology not from this world, and we have it in our possession, and we've used it to reverse engineer some technology.
Did they really use it?
That's what they said.
Oh.
And yet we were like, oh, that's cool. But Kim Kardashian on yesterday's episode didn't like her present she got. So that's more important than aliens. I think, dude, I swear we're in a simulation. This world is like,
Oh, here he goes.
oh,
Here he
I'm scared
goes.
for 2024. I'm scared
Why?
for 2024. We'll get into it when we get to the
Oh my gosh.
when we get to the next video. But
I don't know. Do y'all feel like you have a cough? Random cough.
let me know
Oh my
if you've got the
gosh.
same cough.
Every
Because
time-
I've got it. I've had it for 2 years and it's not going away. I'm scared to go get my lung checked out because I don't want lung cancer.
Maybe you should go get your lungs checked out.
Probably should. Someone said, OMG, I thought it was just me. This has been months. Months. No joke. I'm not sick, but I have a bad cough, mucus in my throat, and then it just goes away and keeps coming back. I'm just saying, when was the last time I got sick before all this? I don't even know. When I was 10?
I was gonna say, I will say, you used to. I mean, you've never really
never gotten
been
sick.
sick, and then you got COVID in
And then I got the 2 vaccines.
2020. No, 20. You got COVID in 2021, and yeah.
Got
Ever
vaccinated.
since then, I feel like you just
Got
gone
vaccinated,
downhill.
and then right after the second vaccination was
you got
when...
sick again.
Yeah, well, it didn't matter. Yeah, I got vaccinated, and then I got COVID like right again after. And then I've probably gotten it 4 more times since then, I would assume.
I mean, you don't know if it's actually COVID. You're not testing.
Oh, man.
it
it's
could
the
just be a
worst.
cold.
That's true. It could be. I really hope we figure this out, though. Wait till the next batch comes out.
I mean, I already had a body rash.
Yeah, exactly. And I got it on my arm. Maybe
You do have that one
maybe we
spot.
both
I
have it.
I think though yours is dry skin, but mine was an actual rash. That's been there. Maybe we both have COVID.
What if we're
4.0.
patient zeros? I wouldn't doubt it.
Wouldn't doubt.
Wouldn't
it.
doubt it, Megs. All right, this one is going to make you a little sad, I think.
Oh gosh.
It's going to bring back some good memories and some bad memories. I actually didn't know what karma was, but
You didn't know what karma
I figured
was?
it out. So this is it right here. This is the video.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Sorry. Okay.
So we are officially, karma is the house that they lived in on the original Jersey Shore.
Oh.
The house.
Okay.
The Jersey Shore house.
Okay.
And so apparently they finally demolished it. It's gone. There's no more remnants of Jersey Shore on Jersey Shore.
Okay.
That's a big deal. It's an end of an era.
I think you and your bros on Thursdays, like gym tan laundry,
Jersdays.
Jersey, whatever. Y'all were way more in a Jersey Shore than I ever was.
It was Jersey Day. You gym tan, you laundried, you went out. We had girls over to watch. We had some drinks.
Oh my
every
gosh.
Thursday.
Every Thursday.
And we would gym, tan, and then laundry.
You're really showing yourself here.
Listen, did you not like?
I liked Jersey Shore,
Shore?
but I just wasn't. I don't think it was like 100% like my jam.
I mean,
I don't know.
at that time, you were out clubbing pretty hard.
For my 2 semesters in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were.
Were you not as well?
Yeah, and I remember that. I vaguely. You don't remember like when that first came out? That was like prime television. Like every week you had to watch the new episode.
When did it come out?
I think it came out like
I think it came out when we were
like
in-
our sophomore junior year of college.
Oh, I thought it was like way before that.
It was the Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. I don't know.
Who's your favorite character? You don't even remember any of them, do you?
I ain't no Snooki, but that's it.
My wife
Or
doesn't
like
even- Mike,
what-
the situation.
Yeah,
you had Pauly
situation
D.
guy, Pauly D. I do remember him.
You got Snooki. You got Samantha.
I don't know that. Who is
Samantha was the girlfriend of
Isn't
Ronnie.
there like an Alex or a
Ronnie.
Lex? I don't know.
Jesus.
I know.
This is my wife, guys.
I'm totally not cultured.
Let's see here. Oh, I would have died to see y'all save that house and turn it into a Jersey Shore themed bar.
Why didn't they?
That would have been so cool.
Why didn't they? Where are they all at right now? Like, are they still friends?
I think they came back to
Wasn't
make
there
a
a
new
reunion?
reunion. Like this year, I think they had a whole season with Ronnie and Samantha came back and all this stuff.
So what? Okay.
I don't
They
know.
didn't want to save the house.
That's actually crazy because that would have been the coolest bar ever. Like I would have went to Jersey Shore just to go
Oh my
have a drink
gosh.
in the Jersey Shore house.
Oh my gosh.
It would have been so cool.
Yeah.
It'd have been so cool. And if they would have kept it exactly like the show, and like you had the same like they had the seat with the phone, the little red phone.
Yeah.
Gabsy! You don't remember any of it, do
No.
you? Man, that makes me really ashamed to have you be my wife. Just kidding.
Jesus.
There's a lot of things important to me, okay? Obviously, it's your qualities, your personality, and do you watch Jersey Shore? A lot of people called me a Guido for a long time in college because I had the spiky hair and I was buff and I was tan. And I had earrings.
Why do I remember that?
I do.
You know, it's very funny that you don't look anything like you looked in college. We should post a picture.
Dang. It's rough.
I'm gonna have him put a picture of Ben in college.
No.
Yeah,
No, I
we
don't
are.
think we're going to. I don't
No,
think
we're going to.
I'm
Let's do the one from date night when we went on date night. The red dress and the red shirt. When we went to your friend's.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I look pretty good. I do look pretty good. I'll try and get you one Zim. You can put it up there.
We'll
for
get
us.
one. I have it on my phone.
All right, send it to me. I'll send it to me. All right. Speaking of leaving bad things in the past in 2024, a lot of people have been also rising up, not only against Gen Alpha kids, but against the tipping culture. Let's have a listen.
Listen, I have
Whoa.
I have thoughts on this.
Let's see.
I
Here.
already know.
Let's see here. I feel like I could turn this up a little bit because
Tipping culture is out of control. This is a list of people I'm not tipping in 2024, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm not tipping at the drive-thru. I'm not tipping for Froyo. I'm not tipping for Auntie Anne's. Yes, they ask for tips there now. And I'm not tipping on to-go orders. And I know the hostesses have such a huge problem. It's my opinion, and yes, I have been a hostess and a server in a past life. Anyone who sets their own prices, I will absolutely not be tipping you. The whole point of tipping a service professional is that you're paying the business like double or triple what the employee is actually making during that service. So if you're both the business and the servicing employee, why would I pay more on top of that if you're going to obtain the full 100% of what I pay? Doesn't make any sense. If you need a medical qualification or license in order to administer the service to me, I'm not giving you a tip. It goes against the code of ethics to accept tips for these types of procedures. So
interesting.
No, I honestly
I
kind of
agree.
agree with all that.
Yeah, I agree. So the ending three there were no drive-through orders, self-serve, walk-up to go food orders.
Okay.
100% agree.
100%. I'm sorry. I
What the
paid
heck?
my way through college by serving.
Yeah.
Those people deserve a tip. If you are
Servers.
serving someone for
For an
over
hour,
an hour,
yeah.
food, drink, napkins,
And doing a good
sugars,
job.
whatever.
Nowadays, I feel like it's like, here's your food from the back. Will come from one refill.
Yes.
That's not even good service.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be checking on your table.
Yeah. If you're a good server, 100%, 20%.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one is beauty service professionals who set their own price. Meaning,
I kind of agree with
meaning
this too.
like you have $100 for hair. I don't know. I mean, hair probably costs way more than that. But, and then they're like, and then, I mean, that makes sense though. In general, if you set the price for it,
I tip my hair girl, but now I'm like, should I really be?
she probably adds tip into her fee. Like her fee is her fee. She sets her own price.
Fees I know. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I
it would feel bad. You would feel
now.
bad
Yeah,
too.
I would feel so bad.
But that's true. If they're setting their own price,
They're probably putting calking in like
oh,
a tip
they're screwing
with
us
it.
over
Yeah.
so much. Wow. And then the last one, which I totally agree for as a medical professional, is any medical procedures.
Yo, and no lie.
Also, like laser hair removal, Botox, fillers. I said that to you. I was like, you were like, you
I know.
tipped on a
tipped.
on a very expensive procedure. I'm like, what? You're tipping for what? They're scamming the crap out of you, charging so much money for stuff that costs probably a third of that, and then you're tipping on top of it. That's goes too far. That, like, imagine you coming to me having braces, multiple thousands of dollars for a procedure, and then me being like, so got the braces off. You got 20% tip for me. That would be asinine.
I should never do that again, actually.
That's funny because that was like the third one I saw when we were looking for videos today about people pissed off about tipping.
Everyone wants a tip now.
Well, they were like,
everyone.
They were like, prices have doubled or tripled from all the inflation, and they still want the same 10, 15, 20%. So then it's like the cost has gone up, and then that means that the tip has gone up proportionally as high.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So let's see what the comment said. Agreed. I detest the tipping culture here in the U.S. Because people, I mean, forget that tipping culture is really only here in the U.S.
I know. I honestly didn't know that until I traveled overseas.
Tipping for froyo that I made myself is crazy. Same with to-go orders. Crazy. Also, why are the tip options 25 to 35%?
Someone brought that up to me.
When you flip the screen around, you get 25, 30, 35?
Yeah. And I was
Who you think I am? Crazy ass?
We talked about this at dinner with the team. Because it was like, why is it 25, 30% whenever it's always been 15 to 20%?
Yeah, dude. People are just getting greedy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy. You need to pay your people. We pay our people. We do the best to try and keep up with the rate. We've raised money before taking money ourselves. We've given employees way more. I mean, half my companies, I haven't pulled a single dollar out, and only my employees have made money. It's like, pay your people. Don't expect. I would never expect these people to come in and pay their wages.
Yeah.
Like, you got to tip your assistant. Sorry, I don't want to pay him. You know how stupid that is?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds so crazy. Let's see what anybody else said. Wait staff, nails tech, and tattoo artists always get a good tip. Anyone else is totally optional to me.
Wait, what'd they say? Tattoo artists, nail techs, and what?
Wait staff, like servers. My Botox doctor, yes, has a PhD, asked for a tip for medical Botox at her doctor's office. That's crazy.
Insane to me too. It's like, are you gonna just not inject me in the right spots if you don't get a tip, even though you're a medical
crazy.
doctor?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think. I'm like, okay, if I get Botox,
a tip,
and I don't tip them, are they gonna like disproportion my forehead?
Dude, they need to make legal rules, man. They
Because then
like,
it's
physically, you are not allowed to tip unless it's these three areas. And even if you do tip, there has to be a minimum like wage for the servers and stuff that you have to pay from the restaurant. Yeah. None of this BS.
I don't know.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
I went to a paint pottery the other day and they asked for a tip. Like, what did you do? I was the one painting the pottery for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Tipping at merch stands at concerts. That's crazy.
Oh,
like you bought a Taylor Swift hoodie and they're like, you want to give her 20%?
No, literally, there's an option there.
I'd be like, do you want to shut the
Yo, I have a story for you. And I'm not like, I tip. I'm not a.
No, we tip people 20%.
Okay.
Every
guess
time.
what? Apparently now my valet
Oh
name.
yeah. Oh my gosh, telling the story. Megan's valet name.
Okay, I will
on
just
the
say
thing.
valeting in Dallas is like such a culture thing too. Like I don't
Free
even know.
valet, by the way.
It's free. It's always complimentary. But in Dallas it's like a culture thing and like sans you if you don't tip. But
I think you should tip a valet driver.
I do too. Apparently though, one day I was running late and I got my car and I didn't ask for like because it's
You
through
get their
Venmo or Cash
You might have even
App.
done it through their Venmo.
I might have done it through their Venmo, and the guy gives. Then, if you're doing it through Venmo, it's through one person, not really the guys all working. Well, now my name is Megan. Don't tip.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was they were running late. They were running from somewhere to somewhere. They hopped
We
in
were
the car.
coming to meet you.
And then they just I guess she got in the car, and she tips every single time. And she forgot. She was just like, "Oh crap! I guess I forgot to tip," or or whatever that thought happened.
Yeah, I don't.
And then next time we went out and we looked at her name and it said Megan Don't Tip instead of Megan Winters, her last name.
Yeah.
And so I thought that they were trying to tell her, like, no, don't tip. It's free.
They're totally flagging me as someone that doesn't tip.
Because some people are like that. They're like, this is a free service. We don't, like you go to places and they're like, we don't accept tips.
Not the valeters in Highland Park do not.
They accept tips.
They
accept
want.
a lot.
You better tip,
better
else you get
tip.
your name changed.
Yeah. And the crazy part was they wouldn't change it back for you.
No, one of the guys tried. It just wouldn't go.
Yeah. They got you. They got you locked in there.
No,
for
seriously.
one time not tipping.
Now I'm just give them Ben's
For pulling your
phone
car
number.
like 2 parking spots forward.
Literally. Just so annoying.
That is crazy, man.
Tipping culture is such a thing.
That's crazy. Then they'll call you broke as if you didn't just pay for the service or product, as if they're not the one who's crying over an optional tip.
Yeah.
Dang.
Crazy.
My former home-based nail tech used to charge a $25 deposit that did not go towards the cost of the service. It was just for her to show up to your home.
Yeah.
And one time she had the balls to ask me why I didn't tip her. Girl, bye.
Oh, what?
Girl, bye.
No. Find a new nail tech.
That's another. This is a good part too. Is maybe I'm old fashioned, but I actually only tip people when they've done a good job. ? Isn't that the purpose of tipping? Is when they did a good job, not just because they existed.
It used to be. Now I think tipping culture is just no matter what, you get a tip. Even if you like suck.
Yeah, because tipping originally started, it was like, you're a really good server. You did a good job. Here's your tip. And when you were serving, it wasn't necessary to leave a tip. You probably had lots of tables leave you no tip.
No.
Every table left you a tip?
Yeah. If you didn't get tipped, that's wrong. You make $2 as a server.
Well, that was back when that was the case.
I still
There's
think
there's minimum wage for a reason.
No, there was minimum wage back then, but servers never made minimum wage.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how it doesn't make sense, but I definitely.
How do you have a legal minimum wage and then your person's like,
you have a legal minimum wage for anything else but serving.
that doesn't make any sense.
Google it. I promise you.
Let's see.
I made like $2.15.
I remember that, but I think the laws were different back then. Do servers not make minimum wage?
No, they don't. Even now.
Yeah, I mean it does. It says waiters in the U.S. do not get a minimum wage, but this is in 2013. But a special minimum wage intended for tipping, which makes no sense. Imagine coming up with that idea. Hey, I don't want to pay my workers minimum wage, government. What can we do to change this?
It's just
Well, if you can
waiters.
prove that the customers are going to pay an extra $5 on top of every order to cover your costs, as long as it equals out to a minimum wage.
It's just
we'll let it
servers,
know.
though.
Isn't that crazy?
No, because you make more technically off of tips than you do minimum wage.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But it comes from us, not the company. That's like me saying I don't want to pay for my assistants. I want my people who are getting braces to pay for it.
I mean,
It's psycho.
I guess, yeah.
Kind of stupid when you think about it.
Maybe.
All right, let's see what do you think the next one is?
I don't know. What you got for me?
I mean, these are all over the place today, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's time have we got?
Huh?
How much time we got?
An hour.
We're at an hour right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably going to be a little bit longer this podcast then, because we still got 3 to go.
when your cruise captain tells you he's turning around to check out a life raft in the middle of the sea.
Imagine being on a cruise in this house.
Is there a life raft?
Yeah. There's a person in it too. It's kind of hard to see, but he's like flapping underneath the tarp. People are like, whatever. Imagine being on somewhere. His boat probably.
My heart would stop.
So we're about to go on a cruise to Alaska, but that's not the point of it. It's just saying like his boat capsized or whatever. Luckily, he had a lifeboat, and so like you have to hide underneath the stuff so the sun doesn't cook you alive because you'll get sunburnt and you'll be miserable. That's like seriously one of the things they tell you in like life raft stuff is you always want to have like full covering of your skin because you're just sitting out there open to the bright sun. You'll get cooked, like straight up just cooked. Yeah, 100%. Imagine being just super sunburnt and the sun just keeps beaming and beaming and beaming and you have no way to protect yourself. Doesn't that sound miserable when you think about it?
Yes.
There's no way to hide from the sun at all.
So what was he under?
Well, he was under like they have like little tarps in there for that purpose, like to hide underneath and like block rain and do stuff like that.
I would not survive.
But imagine being on a cruise ship and then like, well, first off, imagine being that lucky to get found of all ships by a nice cruise ship. Like you're lost at sea for like a couple days and then all of a sudden a cruise.
You're like adding to the story. You're lost at sea for a couple of days.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long I don't know how long he was lost for, but I mean, imagine you are lost at sea for a couple of days. You're like, I'm going to die out here in the middle of the ocean. That's it for me, dog. And then all of a sudden, Royal Caribbean pulls up and they're like, hey, we got a suite for you. All the food, drinks, warm shower.
Imagine the trauma. Oh my gosh, the trauma.
What do you do for the next couple of days till you get to the next port? Are you just like contemplating life? You're like, this is wild. I was in the middle of the ocean. Now I'm sitting in a suite on the Royal Caribbean cruise ship.
I would cry. I am not fit for mental things like that, I don't think.
Somebody said, looks like the same raft that was waiting to be found from the 3 missing boys.
3 missing boys?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that was definitely somebody underneath there, for sure. Oh, there was 100% someone underneath there. I saw him moving. Why is nobody talking about the most likely scenario that there's actually just a corpse in that raft? That would be pretty bad.
Oh. Maybe I don't want to go on this cruise.
That has nothing to do with you being on a cruise.
Maybe I just don't want to go into the middle of the ocean.
That's crazy. There's 100% someone under that orange blanket hoping they're saved and got home.
What's scarier to you, ocean or space?
I would say 100% ocean is way scarier.
I think both are so scary.
Ocean is way scarier because they've done 1,001 things in space, and there's like nothing anywhere close to us in space.
What do you mean?
Like it's just dead empty space.
Yeah, but you can't breathe.
Well, I would assume if you're in space, you're probably in a space station or something, whatever.
What if you're not? Like what if
you would instantly die?
Exactly.
You wouldn't even feel it. You'd instantly die. All the air would get sucked out of you.
I know.
You'd be in a vacuum and then you would instantly freeze to death.
Kind of like in the ocean too.
No, in the ocean.
You could just blow up. like it just,
how do you blow up in the ocean?
Or like you can't breathe in the ocean either.
Why are you under
I'm just saying, what if you were trapped under the water? Just like you're trapped in space.
So you're saying, would you rather drown or be
No, I think both are scary. I don't know.
The ocean is scary to me because I know underneath me there's sharks, there's other fish, there's giant whales, there's giant squids, there's things that we don't even know. You know, we've only covered like 20% of the ocean.
I know, it's so scary.
We don't know. Like there could be a whole nother world down there and we have no idea. That's wild.
Same with space though. They're both scary.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty confident if you're up in space in the space station, there's nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen up there.
craters,
it's just a bunch of floating
flying
nothing.
stars.
Watch you get hit by a meteor. That'd be wild.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Just saying.
Dang, I was hoping that it would say what happened here, but it doesn't.
You get you deep dive into the comments and then you kind of just leave us hanging over here. We're just like
It's
chilling.
true. I'm surprised that the captain even saw that little boat out there. Would you
What?
hop in a life raft for 3 days? Somebody said. I mean, I don't think we realize how lucky it is to be saved on that. I mean, that little tiny orange boat in that vast of an ocean, and just so happened that somebody in the cruise ship saw him out there.
Yeah, he's lucky.
He's lucky. Well, he could be dead, but
Ooh.
maybe not so lucky. Chop, need an update. Yeah, I need an update too. Speaking of conspiracy theories.
Okay, finally. I was like, when are we getting to that one?
This is a new phenomenon. Okay. First off, I watched Leave the World Behind on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And on TikTok, all this stuff's coming out about all these billionaires doing crazy stuff. And this puts it in a good perspective.
Okay.
And so I wanted you to watch it. So
This is fun. Are you having fun? Of course. And Eminem, are you having fun? Two of us are having fun.
So the video, for people that can't see it, basically says, don't you think it's weird how 15 billionaires built bunkers in the last week? So basically, so the world's going to end.
So you say.
Yeah. I mean, so if you didn't know, Mark Zuckerberg he built $100 million bunker, and then 14 other billionaires built bunkers along with him.
Where are they building these bunkers at?
In hidden locations that we don't know of.
Damn.
And not only that, but I feel like I remember like not the World Health Organization, but so I don't know if you know this, but I can't tell you what it is. I don't know what they're called. There's like a big symposium of all the richest, most powerful people ever. They all get together and they talk about like things that happen.
Okay.
Well, before COVID, they were like, oh, this pandemic.
Isn't that like a world organization? Something.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, before COVID happened, they were like, oh, let's do this trial test run. If just in case a novel coronavirus got out of, China and then got all over the world
Just
as a
in
pandemic.
case.
I know it hasn't ever happened, but what will we do? And then of course, like 6 months later it happens. Well, then they came back and that year after, they were talking about like how you would build out bunkers or fallouts or things that would happen if the world, say would end, or if like we had a black swan event, which means like a really bad technological event that like takes out all the power grids, the US or whatever. And I really didn't think anything of it until just recently.
Oh.
And so I started to notice all these people were building bunkers, and I was like, okay, that's a little weird. And then there was like a CEO that came out, and she was talking about how like normally CEOs are very positive because their earnings come out at the end of the year and all this type of stuff. So they never would go into a year saying like this year is going to be really bad. Like that's not good for business to say like, yeah, don't
Sure.
invest in my business. It's
Sure.
going to be terrible in 2024. Pull all your money out. But this CEO was like, in 2024, there's probably going to be a big black swan event. We're probably going to have some major turmoil. There's probably going to be some bad things that happen. And so, yeah. And then they were all like, did she just say that? Like, what? Like, what do you know that we don't know?
Yeah.
And then Leave the World Behind comes out. It's the movie on Netflix. And weirdly enough, the government in general has been known for pre-programming people. So they'll tell you over and over again in TV shows or movies subliminally to get you prepared in your mind. So if it really does happen, you've already heard it once and seen it. So it's easier for you to adjust to.
Okay.
Kind of like the aliens thing. It's like they show you aliens in all these movies from day one, E.T., all these things. So if aliens did come, you would just be like, oh, I saw all this stuff in the movies. I kind of know how to handle this.
Okay.
So when I saw Leave the World Behind, it's basically about this couple that goes to an Airbnb out in the country, and that black swan event happens. All of a sudden, all the electricity goes out.
Oh my
everything
gosh.
happens.
The chaos.
And so luckily they were out of New York in the side. They can't see because all the phones are down, the internet is down, everything is down. But they finally get like little glimpses because they can see from far off in the distance the city, and it's just like burning and flames. This is after like 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
Because they say it only takes 48 hours for basically all civilization to be done in a power outage like that, because we would collapse that fast.
Dang.
Yeah. And so then there was also like these other attacks that were like these sound radiation attacks that they would blast these very loud piercing noises. And it would if you didn't cover your ears before it happened, you would get massive amounts of radiation and die from cancer and stuff. So like the kid doesn't close his ears fast enough, and the next day, like all of his teeth just fall out of his mouth. Yeah. And so they end
All
up.
this happened on that movie?
Yeah. And so it's a little spoiler for the movie, but in the end they find out. So one of the preppers, like, the people like my dad, that was like doing stuff back in 2000. My dad kind of went crazy in 2000 and thought the world was going to end and like built up a little shelter and stuff. But anyways, that guy would survive. Like he had all the stuff. He knew the guns. He had all the things. He was already starting to do the barter system with people to figure out like how to make money and do things. And they randomly found out that a rich guy, because they were in like a really rich, affluent, it was like the Hamptons type thing, that he was a billionaire or something. He had built a bunker in his house, and they break in and they find that he had died before he could get to his bunker. And so that's how they end up surviving, is they find his bunker and they're ready to just become the new world. Basically like we're going to be hunkering down in here for the next couple of years until we figure out what the world is post.
So what exactly are you wanting my thoughts on?
What would you do? I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
That we might need to build a bunker.
Isn't it crazy to think about?
Yeah.
Like I thought about it whenever I bought those things a little while back. I just bought like some simple like first aid books and like how to survive books.
That Amazon package came in and I was like, what?
Well, I was just thinking, I was like, if something did happen and we had no access to the internet, those are great little things to have, like physical books that can't get ruined. They can't get ruined by rain and things like that. But like it would be knowledge that could save our lives, or something like that. But I have seen like some people were like, it was like a decent deal. Like a lot of people are buying like those life straws, generators, 90 days worth of consumable food. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy until it's not. That's all I'm going to say. These billionaires aren't making their $100 million bunkers for no reason.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Megs?
I'm assuming so.
Would you survive the end of the world with me? Or would we just...
I don't think I would survive.
You out?
I'm out, probably.
Yeah, like, hey, deuces.
Unless we have a bunker.
Let's see what people... I'm interested to see what people said. Right after Leave the World Behind comes out. Weird. Yes.
Coincidence?
Dang, that is pretty crazy. Everyone is saying Leave the World Behind, but I think it's the Epstein list coming out. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that even word on here before I get shadow banned for it. Y'all, if I was rich, I would have gotten a bunker a long time ago.
Right.
Damn, should we build a bunker in our new home?
I don't know.
We're definitely not going to.
How hard is it to build a bunker? Like what? Like how hard would that be?
We might die before GTA 6 comes out. That's funny.
Before what comes out?
GTA 6.
What's that?
Grand Theft Auto, the game.
Oh. Do you still play that?
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife. GTA 6 is like the most sought after game. We've been waiting on it for like 10 years. They finally released a trailer for it, and it's going to come out next year. If we don't die.
Why are they waiting?
2025, I think, actually.
Why do they wait so long?
If you could figure it out, maybe they're waiting for the apocalypse to end. Maybe that's the thought.
Maybe.
Dang. Why has this got to happen exactly when I'm alive? Let me get money, travel, get a family, grow old. Like, damn, it's just my beginning. And now it's the end already.
Facts.
Bro, I just got all this work done. Like, I spent my whole entire life in school. We're this close to being financially free, and you're going to make me suffer at the end of the world? It's jacked up, man. We almost had full VR, metaverse type stuff.
Full metaverse.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Hey, we can just hope that it's not true. All right, to end on a light note here, have you heard of Neil the Seal?
What do you think?
Gosh, Megan, you haven't heard of Neil the Seal?
Is it an actual seal?
Yes. So there's a town of 300 people in Tasmania. It's like Dawala, and I don't remember the exact name of the town, but there's only 300 people in this town.
Okay.
And there is a seal that does not like to be in the water there. He roams around the entire city causing heck. And he is just like the people trying to get him off their lawns. He's like flipping over cones in the middle of the road. The police like once a day have to go find Neil.
This is cool.
So
I want to live in this town.
Right?
With Neil the Seal.
Here's Neil right here.
Neil, someone lives here, mate. Neil, someone lives here.
Someone lives here, mate. So Neil just does, like, there's so many different ones for this one.
It's just a town seal.
It's just a town seal.
What are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing? Come on, let's go down here. Come on.
Yo, seals are actually mean. Did you know that?
I didn't, but I need to. How do I need to copy this? I need to send this one because we used it in the video. I'm gonna paste it in here. And then check this one.
Aren't seals actually technically mean?
Yes, they can really hurt you. Yeah, but Neil looks like a good seal. They have a tracker on his head.
What's
You
that,
can see
Neil?
right here.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, because they have to go find him because he's always in town. So they have to find it so they can just make sure he gets back in the water because he doesn't want to be back in the water. He just like fights cones on the daily. He is literally the town seal. Let's see what Neil the Seal comments we got on here.
That is hilarious.
So we got, my toxic trait is I feel like there's just absolutely no way he would hurt a human and I would try and pet him and get eaten.
100%.
I want to pet that dog. Can I pet that dog? He's definitely grown. He was smaller. Now he's getting bigger. Plot twist. Neil
How
the
long have you
Seal.
been following Neil the Seal?
Oh, at least a couple weeks now.
Really?
Oh yeah, Neil the Seal. He's got a
Man,
whole
I need to get on socials more.
plot twist. Neil the Seal is afraid of water. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
At this point, I don't even know that Neil can even swim. I've never seen him in the water. Why is the search seal chasing water wheelchair? Dang, it's so true.
gosh.
Neil literally just barks at stuff and then takes out cones.
That's so funny. I need
Well-
to get on socials more. I'm missing out on a lot of things.
You're missing out on a lot, but I mean, I do think that back to the end of the world talk again. No, I'm just kidding. But I do see us going further to the Wall-E future. I do see that.
Yeah.
You know, the big people in the little chairs just watching things swiping left and right, just floating in a lazy river all day long. I could see it, man. There's just too much good stuff on the internet.
There's so much.
Do you even watch cable anymore?
Yeah.
You know me. I don't really. Other than
don't.
sports, YouTube is like my number one, and then TikTok, and surprisingly, I'm spending more time on Instagram Reels now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
I just don't get on socials enough. I don't know why.
It's probably good. I kind of like that
I
you're not
kind
on there
of
a
like
lot.
living in my own world.
Yeah. You really do live in your own
I
world.
do. I'm very much that kind of person.
There's like not even, I think, hey, you don't know what's going on in the world.
No.
Which honestly, I remember when 2008 was happening, like the bank financial crisis, all that crazy stuff, right? Like people's lives were ending because of all that. And I didn't even know it was happening.
You were also in high school.
We were graduating high school, going into college. I could care less. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's why.
I didn't know anything. And I think about that sometimes. I'm like, I wish I never saw the news or never knew what was happening politically, like anything. I don't pay attention to politics at all because I think it's all dumb and all fake and fabricated and bullcrap. There's not anything we can do about it anyways. But I just wish I didn't know anything about life so I could just like stay in my own happy lane and just move forward. But now as I get older, I've got you, I've got businesses, I've got employees, I've got family, and I feel like it's part of my job now to take care of them. And so now it's like I have to worry about this stuff. And it's so annoying.
I know if I need to know something, you're going to tell me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that leave the world behind stuff scared me a little bit.
I just would rather live in my own world and read my books.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get a solar powered generator.
Oh, now we're making, okay.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to get life straws.
What's a life straw?
It's a straw that you can go into the nastiest water ever and you can suck right out of that lake and it'll filter it through the straw and you can drink purified water. So, you can survive.
I don't think I could mentally.
You can survive like 20 days without food, but you can only survive like 1 or 2 days without water.
I mean, I drink so much water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
Like you can't survive that long without water, but you can survive without food.
Well, on this note,
hey, but
hope
you know what?
Guys ring in 2024 on a more positive.
First off, Happy New
note.
Year before we all die.
Happy New Year.
And even in an apocalypse, you know what? Me and Megs still gonna be
paired up.
We may be in a bunker, but we still gonna be paired up. All right, guys. I'm gonna see you. Have a happy New Year. We'll see you hopefully in the new setup next time.
I know we gotta get on that.
We might have one more time in here because we got to get furniture. We got to redo the walls. We got to redo painting. It's going to be a whole process. But
fill some holes from some golf balls.
All right, that's enough of me. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys. Bye.